Ellie here on Hertfordshire's Mix 92.6, standing in for Steve Simpson on Friday's Mix Mornings. And my next guest is Jo McGuinness from Domestic Abuse Alliance. Welcome, Jo.
Hi, Ellie.
Fabulous to see you again. How are you doing?
Very good. It's great to see you too. Thank you for having me.
I've got Jo in the studio this time. So last time I came to your offices, didn't I?
You did.
So, which are in centre of St Albans, opposite the Boot Pub and above Trailfinders, is that right?
Above the Silver Palette.
There you go. I want to say Pilate, but it's not Pilate, it's Silver Palette, So Jo, tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about Domestic Alliance Abuse.
Yeah, so I am the supervisor of the team at Domestic Abuse Alliance We Protect. I oversee the whole team, the structure and the work that they're carrying out every day in order to, obtain protection orders that we need to for our victims of domestic abuse. Domestic Abuse Alliance was founded in 2019 by my two bosses, Razi and Sahil. They identified that there was a massive issue, a massive gap between, the police force and getting applications into court to protect the victims. So they introduced a app called We Protect. So our partner referrals send through all of the referrals to us through our We Protect app. And to date, I think we've received over 40,000 referrals.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And we've managed to secure over 3,000 protection orders in place through the civil family courts.
So this is in the office in St Albans. There's a number of you who so if you get a referral or someone contacts you directly, one of the issues that they spotted was how does the law proceedings, all of the kind of rigmarole that's tied up in the law can be quite complex, a little bit scary for people. And if you're already going through something, then it's possibly the last thing on your mind, isn't it, to go through? So it's that's what it was set up to do, wasn't it? To kind of break that down and be the support for people who are going through abuse.
I mean, we're so lucky to have such an amazing team who are fully qualified in, how to deal with victims of domestic abuse, because, obviously they're extremely traumatized. Everything's very overwhelming for them at the time. So having to go through that process is, like you said, something added pressure, to them. But because our team is so great, we managed to get the whole process done as quickly as possible for them, with the emotional support as well that they need.
So let's have a song, and then let's have a chat a bit more about, since we last spoke, what's been happening. So you've given us some of the stats, but let's hear a bit more about it after Celeste and Tonight. Celeste and Tonight, playing here on Hertfordshire's Mix 92.6. I'm with Jo McGuinness up in the summer for the first time. What's been happening since, Jo? So I know the last time we spoke, you'd recently won an award, so that was great. Any more awards? Anything else in the bag?
We haven't attended any more awards since then. We've just been super, super busy.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you don't deserve an award. Hashtag just saying. Yeah, you definitely do.
Yeah, so no, we've just been super busy. We've onboarded 11 constabularies nationwide.
Wow.
Recently onboarded the Metropolitan Police as well.
Wow.
So yeah, we're just super busy.
So when you say onboarded, does that mean where it was more of a county focus with Hertfordshire, you're now getting referrals from
nationwide?
Wow. Okay. From fairly small office in the centre of St Albans. So that must make life A lot busier.
A lot busier. I mean, we received, I think it was 1,600 referrals last month.
Wow.
So, we secured, I think it was 146 protection orders there in August.
Wow.
So, we are really busy, working hard.
And you're a not-for-profit, aren't you?
Yes, we're not-for-profit
and there is an element about raising money, that needs to be done. You've got an event coming up. We're going to be hearing all about it. We're going to be trying enlisting whoever's here. Katie and I, we will be enlisted, just so we know. Yeah. So we'll talk a bit about that. We've got the Bangles coming up with A Hazy Shade of Winter. Paul Wolford and Diplo with Looking for Me, and I'm here with Jo McGuinness from Domestic Abuse Alliance. Jo, so we're sitting chatting in between songs, aren't we? I can't help it. So, but you've got an event coming up, haven't you? So there's a number of things seem to be happening at the moment. We had Jane Slatter in from the Seroptimists on Tuesday, and there's Orange the World, their campaign. They're doing something for White Ribbon, and then our paths crossed, didn't we? And you were like, we're doing something for White Ribbon as well. So what is it? Tell us what it's all about.
So we're hosting an event on the 22nd of November. In association with White Ribbon Day. We are placing 2 cycle bikes outside the clock tower, and we are clocking up the miles to raise awareness for domestic abuse victims. So our aim is to hit 100 miles cycled.
100 or 1,000?
100 miles to raise £1,000.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
For the charity.
I'm going away with myself. 1,000 miles to raise £1 million. It's not that. No. Okay.
So all of our team will be jumping on the bikes. Everyone is welcome to come along and take part. A big shout out to Vivian and Bid. She has, provided us with some help, in order to make signage possible and things like that. Also, the White Swan is going to be having their mobile horse box there, providing refreshments to the cyclists, selling some drinks to the public on the day.
So that's great that it's getting the community involved, isn't it? I mean, and it's local businesses who are kind of stepping in to help out. So are you going to be cycling?
I will be cycling.
Will you?
I will be. Yeah, okay. I'll be on the bike first.
Is there a lot of lycra happening?
Possibly. I can imagine so.
So that'd just be hilarious. So I'm not going to turn up in any lycra. So you're the aim. So it's 100 miles to raise £1,000. So how do people donate on the day? Is it a bucket? Will you have a sum up card that everybody likes?
What we have is a sum up card. We're going to be selling little white ribbons as well to the public. You can also contribute online too. I think the guys have set a GoFundMe up for it. Obviously proceedings that are taken from the mobile bar owned by the White Swan, they're going to be donating a certain amount as well. So it
is a really good kind of everybody chucking everything at it. How fit are the team? # just saying.
Do you know what? Our bosses are so good. They've set us all up with gym memberships.
Oh, wow.
And we've all been going for the last few weeks. So we're getting there.
So it's kind of because it's public humiliation, isn't it? If you're doing it out on the street, then if you're literally red faced and kind of slumped over the bike, needing oxygen or something, it's not a good look, is it, for raising money?
It's worth it. Put it that way. It's worth it for the cause.
Has everybody got a set amount of miles to do, or are you kind of hoping that people will join in on the day?
So I think we're aiming at maybe 2 to 3 miles each, and I think people are going to be jumping on the bikes as well. I know Daisy Cooper is going to turn up in the morning at approximately 11. I know the mayor is coming along, and we're hoping there'll be plenty of other people there.
I'm sure there will be. They definitely will be. And is there plans for the money that's raised? Is that going to something specific that?
So that will go straight to White Ribbon Foundation.
Right, fabulous. Okay,
that will go straight to them.
Okay,
so,
and I can't wait. So you're going to have local presses?
Yes. A press release went out there the other day.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming papers, TV might be there, you know.
Yeah.
We're also going to have Cyrus. I'm not sure if you know Cyrus. He's the local soul busker.
Yes.
He's going to be there singing along, you know. Egging the guys on, yes.
So that's all. Right, we're going to do the weather, and then we're going to get all of the details, so people have got no excuse not to turn up. Okay, so let's have a look and see what the weather's doing.
Mix 92.6, loving local weather.
So it is a bright and sunny day today. Westerly winds, but it feels very warm in this studio, I have to say. But it is a bit nippier out there. Song coming up from the script at your feet, and then, at your feet, especially if you've been pedalling, and then we'll find out a little bit more from Jo McGuinness from Domestic Alliance Abuse.